I was living and breathing and doing well in 1977. That was the year that my parents divorced, and I've always really been in love with the music from that time period. And this morning, I walked out to my little shed, my little wintertime shed, and I'm sitting out here and, just kind of looking at my notes and such, and had the radio on, and Dust in the Wind started playing by Kansas. Was it by Kansas? I think it is. Anyway, Dust in the Wind. I did a little short about it. Just like driving down the road. Oh, no, it was actually blowing. Anyway, and I started thinking about that in 1977. I knew these songs so well that there's so many of those songs from 1977 that I just really knew so well. 77 and 78. Well, anyway, I started thinking about it, and I spent a lot of time in vehicles back then. My parents had divorced in 1977, so that meant that they were moving around. It was the 70s. It was a different period than it is now. I mean, in fact, it's so hard to believe we're even that far from the 1970s right now. But anyway, I remember being in the car, driving down the road all of this time back there during those time periods, every weekend, definitely in the vehicle. And those songs were playing, Dust in the Wind, and, all I can't even think of it right now. But there's, Hot Child in the City is a different style of music for sure. What is that song? Southern Nights. And you got 78 and the whole disco thing coming on, and just, the Rolling Stones were even dabbled in disco. I mean, it's just crazy times. I mean, the music is just so rich and thick from that year that it's not even comparable to the things now. But those classic songs, a lot of people look to and go, oh, wow, man, those are classic songs, and those are people who meant something to people back then, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I remember driving down the road, though, listening to Dust in the Wind, and I was like, again, I didn't know it was new when I was listening to it in 77 and 78. I thought it was just some 60 songs that everybody had been listening to and they understood it. But I didn't understand it because I was like, what? Dust in the Wind? Of course, I had to think about it. And I remember, I was like 6 or 7 years old, but I remember putting my brain to it and just sitting there thinking, oh, wow. And then, because there had been people dying around me, older people and such that were just leaving behind and leaving the world to everybody else, And then the other ones died and left it to other people. It's still happening, It's just a kind of a natural human phenomenon. We're all just dust in the wind, man. Of course, that's just my opinion.